You've heard about the law of attraction, manifesting, creating your own reality, but for some reason you can't make it work for you. Well, there's probably a very simple reason, and I'm inviting you to sit in on this live coaching session where I help one of my students figure out why it's not working for her and how to do it. And then you get to hear from a couple of people who have figured out the secret and are creating massive results. I wish the same for you.
I got a new car.
Who got a new car?
Ron.
Oh, good for you. Good for
Yeah.
you. Good for you.
I have so many wins. And to even just see them, I knew that they were wins, but now I actually like, yeah, I am seeing that. That's a win. And I thought that a car was something that you had to get with a bow for your Christmas or your birthday, like the commercial. I didn't know that if
Uh-huh.
I wanted a new car, I just had to access it and it would like move the money or the energy. And I couldn't believe it. And I told them, I said, the last couple cars have been awful. I deserve good karma on this. I worked with the guy, he was young, and he got me like this nice color, very sporty Nissan Sentra, small, perfect for me. And my daughter's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got something a 25-year-old would buy. And I've never had a new car in my life. And I said, all I had to do was get it for myself.
I'm doing well, but there are no major changes since your course. So
Okay. So tell me what you're doing differently since before you started. Have you been through all of the lessons at least
yeah,
at
yes,
least one time? Have you done all of the homework in all of
yeah,
the lessons?
yes, I did. Yeah,
Okay. And when you are living your life, are you living the lessons or are you living your old way?
yeah. After I finished the course, I have to say that then it start to fade away, and then you forget to live.
Right, right. Well, I want to tell you I'm really proud of you for showing up today because that happens to everyone. I mean, it's happened to me repeatedly. I've been doing this since, the last 40 years, right? And I have to constantly remind myself that, if you just receive the information, it's just nice information. It doesn't do anything for you if you just receive it. You actually have to live it. You have to become a new person. And, we talk about the death of the old person, and that's not a physical death. And I'm not saying that you need to die physically, but the old you who used to do things with struggle and worry and all of those things, that person needs to die so that the new you can live the teachings of the program. And I want to be really careful. I'm not talking to you like I'm some sort of a guru and you've got to join my cult and live the teachings, because these teachings are out there in the world, right? And they're just condensed into this program that you have. And so what I'm saying is you have to live, whether it's my teachings that I mean they're universal, but I've worded them in a specific way or handed them out in a specific way, whether it's how I've given them to you or whether it's how someone else has given them to you. You have to live them. That's the only way they work for you. And I can see myself when I'm living them, things are going along really, really, really well. And I can see all these magical things happening. And then, if I have some time where I get really crabby or judgmental, or I'm not living what I know I need to be living, something will happen. Something will crash. And I'll go, oops, I'm, I'm not living the material. And so I would highly recommend, Loki, that you go back and redo the entire class and take your time. I know they come out quickly because some people want them to show up immediately, right? So they do come up kind of quickly, but go back now and maybe take 2 or 3 days on each lesson and not just do the homework, but live it. That's how you're going to make it work for you. You have to wake up every minute of every day. So, you know, I can be going along and someone can call me on the phone and upset me. And I'm human. I'm just like you. I can get upset. I can get angry or whatever, but I have to wake up and go, Deborah, is this really the energy and frequency that you want to be sending to your world? Because if you're sending this angry energy or upset energy, you're going to get that back. So every situation that you're in, like right now, if you're sitting here and you're going, okay, this is good information. I'm taking it in. You can remember your point of power. You're feeling the energy of that. Then you're in those moments of feeling excited that you're getting to kind of refresh your knowing right now. You're sending that frequency out into the world. But if you're sitting here going, oh, well, you know, I read that lesson one time and it just didn't work, you're sending that energy out into the world too. And your world doesn't care. It's like a mirror. It's like a mirror. If you get up in the morning and you walk into the mirror with a big smile on your face and you're happy and joyful, your mirror is going to show you a face that's happy and joyful and smiling. If you walk in and look in the mirror and you go, oh, I look terrible today. Oh my God, I think I put on a couple of pounds. Oh man, I wish I could have slept longer. I really don't want to go do whatever I'm doing today. Your mirror is going to show you exactly that. And when I say your mirror, I'm talking about your world. So when you look out into your world, you know immediately the energy and frequency that you're emitting. Because when you walk out into your world, whether it's a meeting or opening your mail and either getting delightful stuff or unexpected bills, whatever, your world is reflecting back to you the energy and the frequency that you're emitting. Okay, so
Thank you for that reminder, Deborah.
we grew up learning things that didn't support us in creating the reality that we want. We're always creating our reality, but a lot of times it's not what we want. So we have to unlearn what we learned and relearn how to do it to get what we want.
I have gotten all of those things. Like I had a job that I hated. If you remember, Deborah, I hated my job and I didn't want to do it anymore. And then I put in to be a caregiver and it took me like, I didn't quite get the, you know, I had to struggle at it a bit, but I get it more now why that happened. But I did finally, I become a caregiver and now I don't have to do that job anymore. I have a client and everything, you know, and it's just really building. And let's see what else, like my weight loss journey. I went keto. I've lost 15 pounds already, and it's only been a month. And just so many different things. Like I live in housing now. I was homeless and I was living in my RV and I was doing that job that I hated. And now I'm in low income housing. My rent is $132 a month and I'm working up to being, you know, more financially sustainable or whatever. But I've never been so happy. Like I'm free to just do like what I want. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. The other day, a friend of mine wanted me to do something. I didn't want to do it. And my heart was going, no, you don't want to do this. And I told her that I didn't want to do it. And I feel relieved and set free. You know, I have
awesome.
had so many wins in the past year. Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. And if I can use you as an example.
Absolutely.
One of the reasons why Beverly has so much success, why this works for her, is because even though she'll probably tell you she's not perfect at it, she has to remind herself sometimes. Sometimes she'll get angry or frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
She always remembers to go back to it and live it. So it's not just okay, well, I picked up that book and it's sitting on my bedside table and it's been there for 3 years and maybe one day I'll read more than the first page. She actually, I've known her long enough to know that she lives the material every day, and that's why she's so successful.